You guys been together a while, huh? Y'all got the same glasses prescription and 10 years? 15. Don't let me hate. Don't let me hate 5 years off. Let me get my. You deserve your time, goddammit. Has it been good? The whole 15? Lying piece of shit. He's a liar, bro. It's never always good. There's 1 year where you're like, well, if we could have that 8th year back, we'd be all right. How'd you meet her? You met her at work? Same job as you? That's against the rules. No, you're not supposed to fraternize at the occupation. Where were y'all working at? Movie theater or something? At Burger King? Okay. She was on fries? He's like, she was on fries! She was on fries! He's back there flipping burgers like... Made burgers for all of Chandler in 20 minutes. How'd you holler at her? How do you were friends? So you hollered at her at work or like at like a little office thing or just hung out after in a bar? What's happening? You were hanging out and then 9 months later you started dating? You got her pregnant? Why you say it like that? That's how Mexicans date. You'd be like, what's your sign? They'd be like, God damn, that's my first question.
You want to hold the son, our son? Pablito, Negrito, look, Negrito.
Okay, so you don't remember how you got it cracking? 15 years ago, wow, you may not remember, but you should though. Like you should know the day you went from just flipping patties to flipping cheeks. She got you a Christmas gift and your brother was like, dude, she likes you. You didn't notice before the gift? What was the gift? Like a fleshlight or something? With her picture taped to the side? It was a Snuggie? I don't know if that's some bullshit or if that's romantic. The Snuggies are incredible, you know what I'm saying? You just be sitting there like, I don't have to move until I die. So she got you a gift of comfort. She thought about you. She was like, he works hard. He flips all them goddamn patties. Did she write a letter? Like, hey, it's your girl. It's your fry girl. Let me know if you want it your way. Okay. And then y'all just hit it off. Okay. And so 15 years, how did you ask her to marry you? With a Snuggie? You wrote a letter on the back of one? Y'all hear this shit? First of all, he's talking like this. Oh my God. Shut the up. So he's tickled, bro. Oh my God. So, like, seriously? Let your balls out, man. Talk to me regular. Seriously. So, like, tongue clicked. You say you asked her to marry you in the same park that you had your first kiss at? What park is this? Just what? You guys know them? They're like Pioneer Park. We were there. We were there. We were playing volleyball in the corner. I was like, this guy proposing to this girl in the park. Mosquitoes out here. Who the He got down on his knee.
I was just wondering if you're not doing anything for the rest of your life, if you'll with your boy.
Holy shit, Frederick Douglass is right in the middle of this goddamn room. What in the civil rights movement the fuck is going on here? Sir, you are beautiful. Stand your beautiful black ass up and let these people see you. 407 years ago. Turn around, let them look at you in the back. God damn. You know we free, right? We free. You don't have to keep looking like that. You can get a haircut. That's a whole ass slave in the middle of the room. I'd never seen no shit like that. Looked just like him, didn't he? Is that a costume or you walk around every day like that? What's your banker say when you walk in like, God damn. Your savings account about to be crazy. I've been saving for 622 years. What's your name, sir? Huh? That's it? Just Michael? Are you the original one from the Bible? What do you do for a living, man? You work at you a historian? You're a barber. Ain't no motherfucking way. This is how long I will be in the barber shop. I walk in like, who cutting? Him? Shit. You don't trust the other barbers at the shop to sit down and let them cut your hair? Are you directly related to Frederick Douglass? Is he in your bloodline? Who's this young lady laughing hard and the motherfucker right next to you? That's your great-great-grandbaby. And that's your he about to leave. I don't need this shit. Got me fucked up. I ain't even in the row zone talking shit about me. Shit. He might be 70, but he want to stick with that 69 freaky ass old man. He get butt naked and put his church shoes back on. Who wants some of this? Big ass slavery day. When my hands get tired, I pick cotton with my dick. That's funny as a mother. It's even crazier that I said that in Virginia. Y'all co-workers? Okay. He's still working? God damn, Michael, when you gonna call me quits? We free. You don't have to keep checking in, man. Where y'all work at? She can't even answer. She having so much fun. But before I move on, what's your name? This nigga looked around. Oh, my God. Sir, I'm talking to your assertive ass. You at the titty table. You know all them women, Johnny? I was going to make fun of how you sounded, but... He sounded inebriated, didn't he? I brought this down. And these other ones right here, look at the good Lord that blessed me and bestowed upon me thine titties. Thine, oh, titties is the greatness. Thine, oh, titties. I'm going to knock on wood because I just took thine, oh, Lord and made it thine, oh, titties. I ain't trying to punch no ticket to hell. I'm just telling a couple jokes. Did you know that song, Michael? I was there. You were where, Michael? When Jesus walked on water. I was standing right there. I told him, take them bullshit ass shoes off. Gonna walk across water with some goddamn moccasins. Take them shoes off. I was there. I want you to know that right now in my brain, I'm halfway between doing some more show and just doing I was there scenarios for the next 32 minutes straight. And I will do it. I was there. I once told Maya Angelou she should write something down. She said, because I dance like I have diamonds at the meetings of my thighs. I was there. I felt the diamonds. They was in there at the meetings of her thigh. Shit, I was there. Where you was at, Michael? I told Harpo to beat her. It was going to be yellow. They were toggling back and forth between yellow, red, and blue. I was like, you need to just go with the color purple. I was there. Don't pray for me. Pray for Michael. I was there. People used to look up and pray. I said, look down. Get on your knee. Put your hand like that. That look better. I was there. Y'all know Jesus' real name is Jesse? That's a misspelling. His real name is Jesse. That's right. I was there. Shit. I was out there in Galilee. Used to hoot with Joseph and Mary. Y'all think Jesus ain't got no daddy? I was there. That's right, I'm Jesus' daddy. Is there any old women in here? How old are you? No, old. I'm trying to hook. I want to get Michael somebody. Michael, you got a lady in your life? You want me to hook you up with somebody, man? There's a lot of eligible bachelorettes in this bitch, man. We get you right. Huh? You good? Oh, look, he's like, I brought my baby down here with me. I don't even know shit. Talking about we co-workers. Yeah, I be working on that pussy. Shit, that nigga, I done made up positions. I was there. I was sitting on my back porch with my old lady Coretta. We looked over and we had two dogs up on top of each other. She said, look at them goddamn dogs. I said, Coretta, we need to go in the house and do what them dogs are doing. You ain't gonna be behind me hunching. Goddamn it, Michael, no. I was there. I call it doggy style. I'm the named it. I was there. I traveled the world too. I've been everywhere. I went to India. So many goddamn women walking around. You don't know which one's got a man, which one's don't. I start marking them. You think that dot on that head just got there, don't you? No, look at them. All of them fit the size of my thumb. Goddamn it, I was there. I fucked so many bitches back in the day, they had to build a wall around China to keep me out. I was there. I used to eat pussy with chopsticks. I was a bad motherfucker. Michael, you good? He's like, I'm really gonna kill this. Are we cool? She dying. You like, all right. This motherfucker gonna stab me with a goddamn bayonet. It's gonna be in the headlines. Comedian Nate Jackson is stabbed with a Civil War bayonet by a man who genetically matched Frederick Douglass. He gonna be talking shit at Watch. They gonna be at the barbershop tomorrow. That's gonna be a good. You cut on Sundays. You take Sunday, Monday off. You all Monday, Tuesday. You back. You gonna be talking shit on Tuesday. He talked about me like a dog down now. I was minding my goddamn business. They put me in the middle of the showroom under the light. I don't know why old black men talk like that. Like they going up some stairs. I was up under there, standing there, sitting there, minding my business, telling them I was there. I was there. Mm-hmm. You ever wonder what position your parents conceived you in? Well, I was there. Missionary, I was pushing your daddy butt cheeks. Come on, get in there. Michael, you all right, man? You ain't mad as hell, is you? Have you been able to find the funny in all these jokes about yourself? I can't hear. Can y'all pass up what he said? He loved the shit. He said he was there. White guy. He was there. He was present. He was in attendance when that happened. I love this shit. I was there. Kentucky Fried Chicken used to give you 2 pieces of chicken on a napkin. Have a good day. Chicken so goddamn good, I needed more than 2 pieces. I came down there with my own goddamn bucket. I was there. That's right. I'm the first to ever get a bucket of chicken. I don't just want it wet. No. I want it gushy. I want that wop. A bucket and a mop. Same bucket. I pulled the chicken out. I put the pussy juice in it. I was there. Same bucket is crazy. Are we enjoying this? Or are there people like, move on? What the fuck? I wasn't there. Fuck this. You, Daniel Radcliffe, you having fun? Expelliarmus. I was there too. Calling everybody muggles. Sound like another word with 2 G's in it to me, don't it? That's right. I'm the first nigga wizard. I named the nigga. Everybody else say, he who must not be named. I was like, that's Voldemort. I was there. I'm sitting right there. Why y'all don't say his name? Voldemort. He can't whoop me. Y'all name a historical moment, and I'm going to put him there. I'm the one told Paul Revere that was coming. I said, hey. I said, it's 2 if by land, 1 if by sea. You better go tell everybody. That's right. I invented rhyming. People used to speak and nothing matched. I had an idea and the idea hatched. 342 years from now, it's going to be a funny motherfucker named Nate. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we? I was there. The man on the moon, nobody was on no goddamn moon. The building of the Capitol. I was there. And I was at the insurrection too. All 3 of them. They don't tell y'all about the other 2. I was there. That damn right. We built that White House with our black hands. Yes, we did, brick by brick. And we didn't give a shit. Man on the moon. Nobody went to the moon. We was in my backyard. I'm one taught them how to moonwalk. Not that Michael Jackson shit. Ain't nobody dancing like that white woman. Shit, I was there. I'm one taught everybody how to bounce. Bounce, bounce. This is how you gotta walk up there. They gonna believe you up there if you put a little bounce in it. That's right. There you go. Smaller steps. You're doing it for mankind. I was there. Me, Neil, Bud, all of it. Shit, they almost didn't let me go. Motherfucker found a joint in my helmet. Everybody want to be the first person on the moon. I want to be the first high up there.
So you guys are all friends, though? Okay. Do you guys like him? He looks a little... You don't want no smoke? No, your rich asses are gonna get cooked too. Fuck that. What do you do for a living? How do you make all that money?
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor? What kind? You do anything for lungs? I know a lady that if you talk to her for a minute or two, might be able to hook up a referral.
She's like, I was just doing fine. God damn it, I just turned it down.
What kind of doctor are you? Emergency? So that's just like every fucking thing?
Everything.
What city you work in?
Gilbert.
Gilbert. What's that? Just like a lot of ACLs? Old people? Not a lot of crime out there in Gilbert? No? Yeah, that's where you live now? Your neighbors? So what do you do for money?
I'm in sales.
What do you sell?
Fiber optic.
You sell internet?
Yep.
Wow. I need you to give me $300. He said, come on, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Big ballin'. And what do you do? Why are you so rich?
I'm a pastor.
You're a pastor? You're the richest motherfucker I've seen all weekend. He bought your tickets? No, this is church money. Yeah, I see all that communion on the table, motherfucker. He's literally eating bread and wine right now. Look at God. Got Joel Osteen sitting in this. You don't want to turn around and save somebody? You fucking motherfucker. You blessing cock. Just turn around and put your hand on her head. All of that will be good tomorrow. Take a deep breath. She's like, ah! Oh. Let's go have sex right now, babe. You preached today?
No, not today.
Nigga, I'm sorry. I almost had a Columbia, South Carolina moment right there. This pastor's so rich he doesn't even preach. He had a day off. He only works 52 times. What's the name of your church?
Oh, man.
You never know. Somebody might need to hear it. They come on down there. Sun Valley?
Yep.
Sun Valley Church? That's it?
He goes there.
That is not how you represent church. Remember your fucking roots. You're from the Bible Belt, boy. Do you enjoy that church, though? That's cool? Yeah. I like white people church. I'm not even going to hold you. I grew up in Baptist church. You go at 10 in the morning, you get out like Tuesday. You got to pack a lunch. Thank you. This is Heath. He's my road manager. He's a former pastor. Yeah. Youth pastor. And he was like, man, fuck these dumbass kids. I quit. I'm going on the road. More people are here through laughter. So Sun Valley Church, is that also a place? Sun Valley?
No.
You named it?
I didn't name it. No.
So you had a turnkey church?
I came later.
You came later? Where are you from?
Arizona.
Okay.
I was born here.
You're born here?
Yep.
Phoenix?
Mesa.
Okay. And then where'd you meet this young lady? He laughed like, young. I can heal, but shit. No, I'm just Where'd you meet her at?
Morocco.
What? I don't even know if I pay the right taxes to have this fucking conversation. This motherfucker met his chick in Morocco. Well, thank you for uncovering your face and coming down to the comedy show. I appreciate it. Are you Moroccan? Yeah, you don't look Moroccan to me. You look more white than anything else. You're what, from Kansas? You're from here too? Mesa?
No,
Glendale? Okay. How'd you meet in Morocco?
It was a mission trip.
What? You're out there fucking on a mission, bro. Call me daddy. Daddy. Call me father. Father. Call me Holy Spirit. That's blasphemy. I don't want to go to hell for that little right there. I'm going to knock on wood. I don't know if that's even more blasphemy, but, you know, a little burning bush for you. What's your name? Lindsay. And then Pastor Robert? Pastor Robert what? Robert Watson? That's kind of a black name. If your first name was Randy? Should I? Okay, so for people who aren't black, coming to America, Randy Watson was the one that sang Sexual Chocolate. Moving on. So you met her on a mission in Morocco, over there saving souls. She was like, do you know God? Do you have a personal relationship with God? Do you have... God damn. Y'all married now? How long y'all been married?
18 years.
Goodness. That's congratulations. 18 years. Has he always been this rich? What do you do for a living?
I work in marketing.
Just for fun? Yeah, just have to do something. Here, put my money over here with the other money. Oh, babe, it's like an offering. I want a church one day. You know, just to see how much I can get out of that congregation. You know? The prayers be real, but that money. Ooh. Because they don't pay taxes. Y'all don't know that. If you talk about God, they don't tax you. So if he get $1, he keep $1. Everybody else get $1, you keep about 70 cents. You get taxed on the money that doesn't matter? Fucking white people, man. No, I'm just fucking with you. So Gary, what do you do for money, man?
I work for a building supply company.
You work for a building supply company? You still working, Gary?
Yes, sir. I like money.
You like money?
She's fixing to get married, so that's money.
You got to pay for the wedding?
Yes, sir.
Boy, white people do it right, man. Is there any black married couples in here? And your daddy paid for it? Exactly. She said no, hella fat. No, absolutely not. He was hella mad. I'm still hurt. No. I had to be the daddy with the wallet. I had to pay for everything. I walked her down the aisle and handed her off to me. It's crazy. How y'all getting married? Y'all gonna take it easy on Gary or y'all going hard?
Hell no.
You gotta get to that money, huh? What kind of wedding you gonna have? A big one. Well, I figure they gotta bring all their kids. So that's 27 people at the wedding already. Where y'all getting married at?
We don't know.
You have no idea?
We've been engaged for like 3 weeks.
You've been engaged 3 weeks. This is fresh.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't even know when you get married. No city idea, no time of day.
What's going to be in up there?
Gary knows. It's gonna be up north. I ain't driving and paying. That. It's gonna be in my goddamn backyard. I'll tell you that right now. It's gonna be between the fences that I built with my bare hands. You got me f***ed up. The villages? Not since what? Is that a nice area? That the hood? What? STDs? Wait a minute, what kind of village is this? I need a Florida representative. What kind of community? That's a swinger community? Ask them about the loofahs. Tell me about the loofahs. Oh, that's where they hang them on the door? Oh!
Gary. God damn, Gary. He said, yes, sir. I baby. God damn right. I might not look like it, but I can out somebody. You put him in front of me. The upside down pineapple. That's where that's. Yeah, they swingers. That's what that is, right? So where's your woman, Gary? You can't have one, huh? Not in the villages. He said, I got too many of them waiting on me back home. I'm hard right now. He said, I gotta take a pill. I'm not hard. Wow. So how many living structures are in the villages? It's a full community? How are they recruiting? They got a brochure that's going on? It's for old people? So you can't get in. It's Fight Club. You can't get in unless Gary say you in. 135,000 people? God damn. And everybody. What about number 134,977? What if somebody stops? I'll be like, get out! Either bust it open or move out. My leg hurts. You better put that on the deck. Put your over the porch right there. We just gonna walk up and we're gonna hit that and drop your mail off. They put 3 Hooters in the same community? 3 Hooters in the same neighborhood. Yeah, y'all old up there. The Hooters going out of business everywhere else. Because we don't really appreciate titties no more. 68.7 years old is the average age. That's a random fact, but I appreciate the information, Gary. You guys are wondering who makes the pamphlet. 68.7 is crazy. Not the point. Not the 0.7 is the part that's wild as hell. Counted up everybody and divided it by how many of them it was. God damn. Is it more women or men up there? More women. What's the ratio of men to women? 60-40. The old men die? Got it.
Not Gary.
Okay, Gary. The women up there to death. You find out you got anything terminal, you know where you need to go. Head on up to the village. Pull your dick out. Just have your cigar and wait. Before the cigar gone, somebody gonna come say hello. You from around here? Damn, 135,000 people up there just to f***. 250? Where you getting another 80,000 from? Huh?
All the New Yorkers and Michigans.
New Yorkers and Michigans, they coming down? They RSVP'd already? Y'all got enough houses for them?
We're building them.
You building the houses? What you? How fast are you building? We're swinging hammers. Everybody get in there. We gotta build these houses. I'm swinging it. Damn, Gary, man. You want me to hook you up with somebody, Gary? Get you somebody to take back to the village with you? Your family wants you to have somebody. They're tired of you and everybody, Gary. What'd you say, Gary? They can't be over 40? I don't know why y'all shocked. The man lives in a sex community. He knows what he likes. Uterus. Cold flashes. It's cold in here. That's what he likes. Tell me what you like, Gary. I'm gonna find her. She in here.
50 or below.
50 or below. Okay, we got a little cushion. A little cushion. What is she? 49. Birthday next month. She can't get grandfathered in. She can't come in and we'll talk about it. What about a job? Does she have to have work? Oh, you got it. You got it. I don't even got to look over there. There's a black girl. I heard it.
She said your name hella bad.
Okay, Gary. Watch out, Gary. The blacker the berry, Gary. Take this. Don't be scary, Gary.
Gary talks like a radio personality. I do believe I am getting very near to an orgasm. Don't move, hold it just like that. Give me a second. Yep. That was everything. Okay, so 50 and below. What you got like an affinity for a certain nationality of woman, a skin tone, a complexion, level of melanation?
What color do you want them?
I've never been translated into racism. What color do you want?
What up, beautiful people? It's your boy Nate Jackson. It's another episode of Opinionated, and let's get into it because it is going down. There's a lot going on. New York was exciting. New York was a movie. Your boy is now into Legos. That's happening. But we did Breakfast Club. We also did Rory and Maul's podcast, and I'm glad we did it. I had to go straight to New York from Montreal, California, where I accepted the Variety's top 10 comics to watch for 2025, and it's been a whirlwind really since the Netflix special aired. So I don't want to make it like a chest beating, hip hip hooray for myself, where I'm just talking about myself a lot, but I just want you guys to know, like, the dynamic at Breakfast Club was fire, right? Like, it really was lit. Like, I was able to share a story with Charlemagne that it's the thing. When you meet people where their station in life is they meet a lot of people, it's safe to assume they don't remember you. Just assume that. Don't be the cornball that's like, do you remember me? Do you remember my name? What's the point of the pop quiz? One, I actually might because I have a great memory like that. But two, like, what do you prove? Like, all you're doing is risking not being known. Let's just talk, assume that I do. But I didn't want to do that for Charlemagne. And I'm glad I didn't, because it seemed as if he was just conducting the meeting, or it felt like a meeting. If he was conducting the interview, it felt like a meeting. You know, he literally was like, let me just do my job right quick. I got to pay the bills. I got to interview who they got me up in here interviewing. And once I started talking to him about hip hop squares and how I was the crowd warm up and how he told me to, keep going, keep my head down and focus and knock it out. And how he saw himself in me, but he saw it because he was, working under Wendy Williams and stuff. We then had a rapport established. And that having a rapport on the show you're with the guest who's meeting you from Adam and talking to you and trying to act like like you guys are longtime friends is different than when they just flat out like have a new understanding, a new respect for you as a person, right? Like gives you a little bit more the benefit of the doubt, gives you a little bit more cushion to fuck around. Like in this case, when I said that, there's only 3 of them. When it started, Envy wasn't in the room. And I didn't know this at the time, but my boy CT called me and he was like, yo, you had them laughing so much, Envy came into the room. And I was like, what's that mean? He was like, dog, he does not do all the interviews. When there's comics, Envy just be out the room. So the noise from the studio, apparently, in CT's perception of it, is what Envy was like, what's going on in there? And then came in to be like, oh, this one's going to be a good one. So then we hit it off. And then it went from feeling like a meeting into feeling like 3 longtime friends just chopping it up, right? And that organic tone to it, that feel is like the sweet spot to really like have fun and to talk about stuff. And what you saw with all the laughing and running around and playing was exactly that. Like there's 3 of them on the show, Envy, Charlemagne, Jess Hilarious. Me and Jess go back already. So having built rapport with Charlemagne made it
a 2v1 game. And then Lauren, who was on the show, a part of the show and all that, but she goes into the other room for the talent. We got so cool that we were making inside jokes about her. I didn't even know what the joke was. I'm just clowning. And then I hit one, and Charlemagne exploded. If you watch it and you watch it back, watch that moment where he's laughing, but it's like a bigger laugh than that particular moment. So then I'm like, you can see me reading his face to see what took it from a level 5 laugh to a level 8. Where I'm like, what? I'm kind of reading him. Then he explains it like, oh, there's somebody back there. She ain't got no daddy, and I had just finished talking about that. So then it was like, oh man, I feel bad because I done walked into. Now we roasting her about not having no dad, and I don't know if her dad's alive. I don't know. Like that's a slippery slope. That's some thin ice to be on. But we had already gotten so cool that we were just gelling. Like some of the comments are like, "Yo, you should be added to this show." Somebody else was like, "There's no way this is his first time on the show." Like they clicked up, like they've been friends for a long ass time, and then there was a respect there. Once we got to talking about all the new credits and things, when I say that, I'm talking about how Netflix was in the top 10 for like 7 or 8 days, peaked at number 3, and is doing massive numbers like double platinum, fantastic record-breaking numbers on the platform, leading into the Office spinoff, The Paper, coming out on September 4th, and then the movie Aziz Ansari's directorial debut with Keanu Reeves, Seth Rogen, Keke Palmer, and again Aziz Ansari, and that comes out in October, and it's called Good Fortune. And the trailer for Good Fortune came out and went around the world 3 times with millions and millions of views. So when we got to talking about that stuff, like Jess was like, "What else you like? What do you got coming up? Where we like let's work together, let's act." Like she, like you know what I'm saying, shooting her professional shot, not on some trying to holler, but like, hey man, let's synergize. Let's see what we can do. And that's powerful, especially on a platform that big. There's a lot of people that have hit me like, oh my God, Breakfast Club. Like for them, that was the tipping point to be like, nigga, you made it. Right? Not like, oh, I have a movie, because they ain't seen that yet. Some people got to see it to believe it. Not, oh, your Netflix special. Oh, maybe they saw the trailer and was like, oh, you got one, cool pick. And then they still haven't sat down to make time to watch it, even though millions have. There's a certain type of person that's like, I already know this nigga. I'm not finna watch that shit until it's convenient for me to watch. But that's like everyone I've touched prior to the pop. People put you in a box, and so we not in the box no more. We done came up out the box, elbows, bone crusher video, and tore the roof up off this thing, and ain't no going back. So all these people asking for pictures and stopping me places and all that, I just got to get accustomed to it. It's new, and I can, I don't get to be like, man, no, I'm cool, or I wish it wasn't like that. Like I've done the work, we've now tipped the scale. It is what it is. But Breakfast Club was definitively a moment for people that was a big needle push to be like, oh my God, like literally the messages coming to my DMs and people that were resharing the story was like, this nigga's on Breakfast Club. Like Nate done made it. And that's a testament to them having high quality guests, right? However they vet their guests, it's all celebrities, it's all political figures. And so for me to go into that space, it's a wonderful position to be in the zeitgeist. And I'm going to continue to be in it. So get familiar. The zeitgeist and me are getting along just fine. What I'm finding, to be honest with you, is that maneuvering in those spaces, it is a skill set. You have like interviewing and being able to balance the energy and manage the conversations and get to everything that's asked of you is like that's a skill set. Like you got to work that muscle, and I'm having a ball doing so. But I found personally that it is easier for me than I would have expected going into the space. What's harder is getting into the room, getting everything set up, knocking down the pins that need to be knocked down, crossing the T's and dotting the I's to be the guest that's on the show. Once I'm in the room, let's chop it up. Whether it's Bert Kreischer, whether it's Felipe Esparza, whether that's Rory and Mal, whether that is Mario Lopez, whether that's the LA Times, whether that is the Breakfast Club, like I'm not coming out of these or feeling like there's parts of these interactions where I'm overwhelmed or that are surreal or that are going over my head. So, in a sense, I feel like I belong.
Was there something that they asked you that you were surprised, or was there something that you wish they would have got into, or like?
No, it was refreshing that they weren't like, how'd you start comedy? Like that wasn't in it. And then like I'd say about 2/5 of the way through, Charlemagne asked me something. I was like, you guys realize this is really good, right? Like you guys are really good. Because I was in there looking and I didn't see notes. I didn't see, sticky notes on, a laptop was open or whatever. But I also watched the show before I was on the set. And so I watched to see like what they were talking about. I wanted to see the vibe. Like if you saw the behind the scenes stuff, the stories that we shared where like Sue Robb was with us and she was taking behind the scenes footage. I was in the pre-show green room. I was watching them. I want to see like what their energy is, what's their attitudes on, like do they have notes? Are they looking at something? And it really looked like Jess was just telling Charlemagne stories and they were cracking up laughing and Envy was fucking with his phone. And so by the time when I came in and the questions were actually poignant and strong and good and solid, I was like, this shit is a relief, There's also a moment where Charlemagne asked me a 2-part question. And after I answered the first part, Jess asked me one question. And then just for the sake of organizing my responses, I was like, give me just a second and I will get to that question. But I want to finish answering Charlemagne.
I remember that part.
I don't know how else there's no other way to show, like that's conducting court. You know what I mean? I had the floor and I didn't let no one down when that answer's coming in, and I'm managing the expectations of the questions and making sure that, I don't want to see comments later where they're like, you didn't answer the second half of Charlemagne's because he never got to it, right? And maybe that's on the second host for piling on and asking in the middle of a 2-part question. Or I also just flat out at one point admitted, like, I don't remember what the question was. And they're like, oh, we were talking about bubble. I'm like, bet, because you guys are quadruple stacking stuff. And then there was a whole nother layer of like, poking fun vicariously at Gary, and at one point Charlemagne just flat out made up some shit. I was taking off my jacket when he said, I was like, what? Who said that? He's like, Gary. I said, that sounds made up. He's like, what? I said, that sounds made up. He's like, it is. I made that up right now. I'm like, yeah, because if you understand how complex doing good crowd work is, nobody, especially Gary, who's now doing it a lot, is going to be like, yeah, I heard it's lazy. I heard it's like, no, that doesn't even make sense. That sounded super made up. You know what I mean? And I've had enough conversations, and I know me. I know what I'm doing on stage. I've done comedy 24 years. I know what's easier. It is much easier, trust me, for me to go on stage and say the same jokes over and over again. That's lazy. It's easy. If I'm doing that, then I must have several other business enterprises that don't require my time, or that's where I'm spending all my energy, because I ain't got no time to write no jokes at all. I can't even make up nothing. I can't get off my set list, and I'm in my 10th year of doing the same set. It sounds preposterous to even say, but as a comedy club owner and an act that travel with headliners and have been on TV shows and all that, I watch guys do their set and be like, that's my bread and butter. I did a show in Washington, D.C. It was one of those multi-lineup shows. I'm not going to name the comic out of respect. But there was an OG, right? Like somebody who spent a lot of time on TV a very long time ago, and at that time was a household name. And we did the show, and I, as a kid, remember watching that person perform, and I'm talking word for word. It's 28 to 30 years later, and the same exact set comes out. They had a great set. That crowd loved it. Whoop-de-woo. I'm going back on stage. They're passing me on the way off and lean over and go, that set right there is how I made all my money right there, baby. With confidence. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. So that's easier. It's easier for me to write a joke 5 years ago, polish it, and then go on stage and do that joke over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I know what I'm going to say in 2 minutes. I know where the laugh's going to be. I know where that's easier than just being like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just open this bitch up and see what's in it. Let's see what's going on. Like I'm letting other people have literally the power and the control to fuck with the flow of the show. Way easier. I could just get up and do a mirror set or a closet set or whatever, where somebody just is at home practicing in the mirror. The crowd doesn't even matter. Just doing my set. Just saying my shit and waiting in the spots where I'm used to waiting, where I get a laugh. That shit is so lazy and it's easy. So anybody that knows that as a stand-up or even tries to be like, talk some shit about somebody who's doing good crowd work, bruh, miss me with that. Miss me with that, please. Also, it's high time people saw what it was for what it is. Because we're running hot over here in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like the internet is a great place for us right now. Netflix is a great place for us right now. Things are going good. The road is a great place for us right now. When I say us, I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about me, Trent, BT, Kanisha, Sue Ra, the whole squad. We out here. We're fucking them up out here. And we're building. Shit. This is a new set. Apparently the other one looked like a fucking circus tent. Fuck everybody that was a yes man. Don't tell me once I got paint in my hand that the other one was uglier than the motherfucker. Fuck all y'all.
I told you immediately.
You told me while the other paint was still drying, nigga. I was like, just let it finish. And then you were like, all right. You have a way of doing that. You have a way of saying a thing, Soto, and then being like, nigga, I said it. You know what Soto means?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw your body language shit. Like, what the fuck is a Soto? Soto is like a Latin term or an acting term for a throwaway line. Like if you're saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. That 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 was Soto. It's the throwaway line. It's the reason why people watch my special more than once to be like, nigga, I didn't even hear when he said that. Because my shit has this shit straight in front of you and then Soto lines all throughout that motherfucker. And so you be saying it where it's not the main thing that's being said. You might be like, I'm hungry as a motherfucker. This room's trash. Let's go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
but then later you be like, I fucking told you.
Nah, I think it was more like, it seems like you really into it, because when you decide something, you just go. It happens. So I'm like, damn, you already painted up, because I didn't see it until it was done, and you put all this hard work and effort and energy into it.
I'll say this, and this is worth you really hearing though, is that even though I'm strong-minded like that, once I trust somebody's input and opinion, I actually do hear it and will yield. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like I feel like you're like, he's so strong-minded. Once that nigga, we might as well get out of the way and let it be what it is. That ain't the case. If you're like, I actually think, you know what I'm saying? Like you see what you said about the YouTube shit is now leaking into conversations with 3 Arts.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like you guys are either gonna fuck with me and let this world blend with your world and give the people what they want online with the long form content. I'll put commercials in it and say, go watch my Netflix special, or we'll fucking throw a lower thirds on that bitch where I'm in the corner pointing at the fucking Netflix logo being like, my special is now on, just like fucking TV. But to be like, no, he can't is crazy. You don't know what it makes. You're literally fucking with the income and revenue that I get from it. And if we're going to build a future for ourselves, then I have to have a strong platform online so that the next project, I'm already strong online. I know my numbers went down. My revenue got cut in half each month since I've listened to them say don't post. Revenue directly is related to views. That means my views were cut in half. And that was at a time where before that, every month was building by like a third of whatever it was. 750,000 people, and we were gaining 65,000 people a month. And now we're gaining 11,000 people a month. Like that's devastating to what's going on. It can't continue. So they either are gonna have to wake up and get with it, or I'm gonna have to show them, because and this is with the utmost respect for them as a business, for them as a conglomerate, as a platform, because I am not trying to burn no bridge. But you gotta understand how this is different than anything they've ever seen. There's 22 hours of crowd work joints on the internet, and they're all within the last year and a half.
You've never put anybody on that platform that has that's doing that. Now that we are, the audaciousness to be like, don't post those no more, and ask me to not post for hella months is what, like, you're getting me eaten alive online. The people who watch on YouTube, go watch on Netflix. The people who watch on Netflix, go look for more if they love you over on YouTube. It's a cycle of just steady feeding views to the Netflix special. Once somebody loves you, they want to see all of your shit. All of it. So it would behoove all of us to let me post and just like, let me turn the crowd work joints into, we'll run lower thirds, or I don't mind using the green screen and stand in front of that so I can literally pop up on the screen during the crowd work joint and just be pointing at the Netflix special. I'm sorry to interrupt the episode, but it's time to pay our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Zippix nicotine-infused toothpicks. Zippix brings you a totally satisfying, convenient, and great-tasting way to curb your nicotine cravings. Now you can get your nicotine fix anytime, anywhere, without having to rely on vaping or smoking. Zippix toothpicks give you an easier, better, and more discreet way to get your fix. Let's face it, kicking bad habits like vaping can really be tough. Zippix are a great tool to help you finally say goodbye to vaping for good. These toothpicks aren't just a great nicotine delivery device, but they also satisfy the hand-to-mouth habit. Mine is cinnamon. It's delicious. So any oral fixation commonly associated with smoking and vaping are nipped in the bud. They're available in 6 great long-lasting flavors, and they have options in 2 milligrams or 3 milligrams of nicotine. Zippix toothpicks are perfect for flights, sporting events, restaurants, and literally everywhere that smoking and vaping are banned. They're one of the most effective and cost-effective nicotine products on the market, and you're proudly made in the USA. If you're not a nicotine user, or you're just trying to get away from your nicotine habits, Zippix also offers caffeine and B12 infused toothpicks for quick energy boosts. Zippix have already helped hundreds of thousands of customers get their nicotine fix without needing to inhale smoke or vape oils. So what are you waiting for? Give your lungs a break and try Zippix nicotine infused toothpicks. Ditch the cigarettes, ditch the vapes, and get some nicotine infused toothpicks today. Only sold online at zippixtoothpicks.com. That's Zippix toothpicks.com. Get 10% off your first order by using the code NATE at checkout. You must be 21 or older to order. Warning, nicotine is an addictive chemical. Zip more, smoke less with Zippix nicotine toothpicks. I got to interrupt the show to pay the sponsors. I do. You listen to this, it helps the whole thing. So join the fun on DraftKings Casino. Ranked the #1 casino online experience, they've got everything you've been searching for. Thousands of exciting games, huge jackpots, exclusive offers, and more. New players get a 10-day welcome offer. 500 spins on Huff and More Pup. Literally my favorite game. When you play just $5 to start. Download the DraftKings Casino app. Sign up with the code OPINION and spin your favorite slots. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for featured game only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. This ends August 24th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. #1 based on Eilers and Krejcik 2H24 product analysis.
I was thinking the same when you was reading those ads. I'm like, what if there was just an ad in between the crowd work?
There has to be. There has to be. Also, there should be one on the end of every fucking video that's going out.
Yeah. I think Netflix, they just aren't very, they're smart people. There's smart people over there. But when it comes to you, I just feel like they're just lumping you into other categories.
They're geniuses, but what's happening is exactly what you're saying. They are looking at it like a cookie cutter. Here's what we do. Here's how we do it. But I'm not. If I was, then my special wouldn't have done what my special did.
Right.
The numbers stand, the set speaks for itself. The numbers speak for itself. The following speaks for itself. Maybe we should look at this through a lens of let's just look at what we can do with Nate and how it benefits us to let this happen with Nate. The problem is if I do anything different than what the standard is, that's now the standard, or people are asking to do the same shit I just did. And they don't have 22 hours of crowd work online. They don't have a year and a half of a chokehold on a type of comedy or stuff. They don't got that.
Yeah.
So as soon as I do it, it's like boom. But my examples that I point at are other people that already said, let me just do my shit my way.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't good either. But I also see them, they aren't blackballed, or they haven't been smacked on the hand for being like, yo, I gotta do my shit. They haven't. But in my experience, whether it's historical or otherwise, I've always had to be very straight and narrow in this exact same scenario. Otherwise, I get the blunt of whatever the outcome bad is. And you're like, why didn't y'all do that to that person? Why am I the one that you want to make an example of? Mm-hmm. Whether it was teachers, vice principals, fucking bus drivers, it's always like, they did it, and they did. But when I do it, it's a goddamn problem. And that's just always been the way that it is. For me particularly. It's part of the defense mechanism that got me telling jokes any goddamn way. So this is no different than that. I would love more than anything a beautiful, strong relationship, synergy with Netflix to be like, hey, we have this beautiful idea, this dope concept. You guys got first right of refusal. Do you want to put some money behind this? Let's fucking go. And then it goes on the platform and it does what the special did, because we only put out dope shit and we got the Midas touch. They win, we win, everybody wins. Everybody I can touch is whopping up, and everybody's coming up bread-wise. That'd be dope. But if we're not going to have that relationship, then it needs to go to where the most people can just consume it for where they already are.
Because I don't think Netflix understood what your Netflix joints really were. I think in their heads, they're like, oh, these are just comedy specials. But you even say at the top of these recordings, this ain't a special. This a joint. They're more like, to me, they're more like shows. So that's like if Netflix was like, they're once a month, you were putting out a show, right? And then Netflix was like, ooh, put what you're doing, put your thing on Netflix. And then everybody's like, okay, cool, that was great, amazing. But then you like stopped the show. Like there's 3 more episodes ready to rock. But it's like, that's in my brain, that's what happened. It was like, there was this show. Even though what you put on Netflix wasn't a joint, that was a special. There's material, well thought out jokes that were crafted. And then a small amount, what was it, maybe 10 minutes worth of crowd work?
Nah, there's like 17 minutes of crowd work.
But mostly material, like that's a special. The joints, they're not that. They're completely different things.
I'm not even looking for a certain level of excellence or a standard that I'm trying to uphold in funny on the crowd work joints. I am trying to talk about what's in front of me or what I've seen that day until I can't think of shit else to say. And that usually is an hour and 20 or whatever. And then we put out 45 to 55 minutes goes out. And that's different than a special. A special is what I was doing on the road. The special is the super funny comedy show that was on the road, which is now, it's already evolved because we filmed this at the end of January, and I'd be tired of saying jokes after 2 months, 3 months. Like, that closer got more burned than necessary, but it was fucking a really good closer. So I tried to use Denver to locate the new closer and let that come to me. It ain't happened. That closer was developed in Chicago during the 17 show run. We're going to Chicago again, and we're steady adding shows. So if that's the city that I get blessed with my closing in, then it is what it is. But I got to be able to be loose on stage and throw shit against the wall and be like, ooh, that was good. I think let me try that this next show. Where does it fall? Ooh, that was good. Let me move it earlier. Okay, it worked there. Let's see if it closes strong. If it closes strong, cool. How can I prop it up throughout the show to where they have no idea that the closer is going to bring it all together? That's all I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And so since I'm still developing the first 20, 25 minutes, then how do I have a closer that strings all that together? Like this is the mind of the art. This is the art that this is. And if they don't understand that, it's nuts. Here's another epiphany. Not even an epiphany. This was some shit that was said to me that was full circle as fuck. And I it was said to me, and it kind of just washed over. But sometimes you wake up or you go to sleep and your mind is playing back the shit that happened through the night. Sometimes you're like, that was hella disrespectful that motherfucker said not cut. But this was like a good thing. So for this, I will say name. So Nick Brazow was he's in charge of Just for Laughs now. For years he was under Jeff Singer, who was in charge. He was like number 2, maybe number 3. I think Allison was in charge of New Faces, and so it was like Jeff, Nick, Allison did New Faces, and then they placed all the other comics and stuff. But Jeff Singer was the gatekeeper for what talent goes to Montreal on what showcases, flat out. Then his team would help procure talent. Nick is now in charge because Jeff has stepped away since, or got made to step away. I don't know. But when I was showcasing for it, they said I can't say the Bao Bao joke, the Vietnamese car dealer joke, which is fucking great. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Breakfast Club because I talk about it. But the full circle moment of it all is that whilst at Just for Laughs, he came up to me at the after party and he said, "Ma'am, I'm so glad that you were able to come. Congratulations on the award." And he was like, "You know what's a trip? I remember after you showcase and we shied away from the Vietnamese car dealer joke, your response was, tell me what you want. Because whatever it is that you guys are looking for, I have it in my bag already. But you got me a 5 to 7 minute showcase and I'm trying to just give you what's killing at the time, not knowing that there's some red tape around a thing." I'm like, this is comedy, baby. Anything I say is good. If it's killing, it's killing. And so it was a trip to me because I remember saying that to them. I'm like, what do you want? Like, just tell me what you want. It's not about, oh, this material and this is all I say. So if you don't like this material, then I don't get to go. That ain't even how I write jokes. It's about, do you want me to go? And what's the parameters of the set? I'll build that, and that's what I'll kill with. Or I'll abandon it entirely and do whatever the fuck I feel when I walk out there. I'm leaving with a W. So the showcase to me was just me doing a few jokes for y'all to show you that I'm funny, that I'm like, tap me in, let me go up there. They're like, transcribe it, see if it steps on any toes. If it does, can't have them. Like, how you even know that's the fuck I was gonna say when I get up there? That's how I felt. So I was like, just tell me what you needed, bro. Like, I got it in the bag. I got hella jokes. What do you want me to say? And Zach was like, he has a lot of material, you guys. What is it that you like? It's you tell him show him the boundaries, and he'll walk within that. He might walk up to the line, but he won't cross it. If you felt like he went across with that joke, which we don't think he did. So for him to say, I remember you said, you just had a wealth of material, and if we just tell you what jokes that you would have rocked with that. I'm like, yeah, man, I've worked a very long time to be versatile and have a plethora of stuff to talk about. And if I don't have nothing to talk about, I've worked hard enough on my stage presence and my voice that we can talk about what I've seen or what's in front of me or what I've gone through that day or whatever. It could literally be, hey, here's what's outside this theater right now. Here's what I found funny. It could be, here's what I found funny in the country of Canada. It could be, here's what I've seen in Montreal today. It could be, here's what they tried to feed me. It could be any number of like all that. You can find comedy in everything. So just rule me out and be like, nah, he's going to say this one joke that might rub somebody. And it's like, yo, clap if you're Vietnamese. The room's quiet. Because how many goddamn Vietnamese are in Canada? Or in Montreal particularly? There may be a full community. But the ones that are there would have responded the same way all the other Vietnamese do, because they're Vietnamese before they are the country. They're going to laugh and have fun. I'm doing the joke. Motherfuckers punching each other. Literally like socking each other. And that was the girls. So what are we talking about? The people who said the joke was too much weren't even Vietnamese. It's rule number 3. Don't be offended on behalf of other people. Them people having fun. They paid extra money for this. And you over there like, ooh, I don't know about that one. That should affect them. So, and it's not to knock them because they do have a responsibility as the curators of an entire comedy festival to not bring somebody who walks the line or habitual where they can't predict the outcome that it may be. Like that's their whole thing. Like we just want to have good shows. We don't want to rub anybody wrong. We want to have fun. It's like, all right, fine. So I'm not knocking them, but it's just therein lies one of the spurs in my side of this path and this type of doing comedy. You know what I'm saying? If I was a set list comic that just stuck to my set list, then I would be like, hey, what do you guys want? Which they don't even tell people what they want. You go do a showcase trying to get on. They like you, maybe you get a call back or you get a couple callbacks, or if they already respect what you do and they're fans already, maybe you get a straight to callback audition. And that's for the brand news. OG comics just kind of get a call. You want to do a gala? You want to do whatever? You know what I mean? Because at that point, you already can do whatever. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Right? Mm-hmm. So I respect what they're doing. The thing, what I would like to know is what is the criteria for a new face? Because I never was a new face. What is and I can't go back and be one now, but what was the criteria? Well, what is it? Because when you go to Montreal and you watch a new faces showcase, some of the stuff that is getting said, you're like, you're telling me my joke was risque? And that made, like, you know, it's just, it could just be, I'm not even going to hold my tongue. It's fucking ridiculous. Some of the shit that makes it and some of the shit that is like, that whole person can't come. Not, oh, don't say that joke. What else do you have as, you know, that was 1 minute of your 7 minutes. Do you have something else you can alt in there? Like what? So it was dope to be pulled to the side and told exactly that. Like to know that maybe more insight or more research, or now that there's 22 hours of material online, that they can be like, damn, he really does have a lot of shit, or he really can make some funny shit out of thin air, you know. But that guy brought that up to me. I was just like, yo, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it. He's like, you know what's crazy? So I'll take it as a good full circle moment. And yeah. Crazy. What the fuck?
Yeah. Did you I was just looking at the JFL, the list for this year, just to kind of see, what is the criteria, and like
there isn't none.
No.
For years it was make Jeff Singer laugh. And it was now it's make Nick Brazow laugh, or make Allison laugh, or make like you gotta rock them. You gotta rock the gatekeeper. You gotta rock the person from said entity that's in the room. Mm-hmm. Then you never know what the thing is. Maybe your hat's too low and they couldn't see your face. Maybe you fucking vaped on them outside on accident and didn't know it was them. Maybe, you know what I mean? It could be anything. Literally, it could be, how the fuck do we know? We don't know. All I know is ain't nobody got no motherfucking notes in their hand. At least Bob Sumner had notes. Goddamn. Bob had a way to score sets. And if you don't know who Bob Sumner is, he's the talent scout for Def Jam. He was Russell Simmons' right-hand man that went and procured all the talent that was on Def Jam. And Bob had a point system where he would score people 1 through 5, and then you could get a plus or a minus next to it. So it's really 15 grades you can get. And then he also had a star system on top of that. So you could get like a 4 with a minus, but still 2 stars. And like he had his whole thing. And it would be just like on a fucking wrinkly ass, tiny ass piece of paper, or like a hotel notepad piece of paper folded up, and he would track all of it. So at least he had that. I don't know what, I don't know if JFL is just like they actually go back and they watch, but who knows? I don't know. It would be cool to know like the process. Like, all right, we watch the showcase live. We see if it motivates us and moves us. I don't even know if they realize how stuffy and stiff and dry the showcase rooms are. Half of that shit is the agents. The other people standing around, comics, venue staff, like 4 or 5 random, like just regular people, fans that got the message, and you're putting all your dreams out in front of that like not realistic crowd. So I don't think they realize it. And to be honest with you, none of it translates to Montreal's audience. Yes, you can get your jokes to kill, you can do your thing, but showcasing in LA has that crowd that's going to see you, absolutely no relation to the crowd that's going to show up in Montreal. going to the festival to see it. So, I don't want it to be a complaint session because, to be completely honest with you, I feel like we came, we saw, we conquered. As far as Montreal goes, we had 3 shows on a Friday night. I killed everything I touched. It turned into a smorgasbord of meetings. I've got 30 fucking meetings planned, ABC, NBC, FX, and da-da-da, like auditions out the yin yang, and big goddamn auditions, like the kind where your name is on the script. That way, if it gets out, yo ass can get in trouble type shit. Not just nigga number 2, but really like people's right-hand man. Like, we're not far from, if I lock one of these into, I'm a leading man in a major fucking film. And I have the chops to lead. I already know I do. I'm thoroughly trained through Leslie Kahn Acting Academy. I'm ready for whatever we're going to do. So, and if not, then we'll fucking bring my acting coach back in and we'll get me ready for whatever the fuck it is. Trisha LaFlatch is ready to go. So, it was a great Montreal. Montreal is back. For the comics wondering, Montreal is back. I do believe Montreal is back to where it was like, even without a show, even without being booked by JFL, fucking go. Figure out how to just get your ass to the city. Maybe you can buy a fucking lanyard, or I don't know if it's for purchase, but it's the type of thing where you can go and you can actually network and schmooze and grind. You can catch fucking your agent or your manager at the fucking restaurant. Everybody's walking all over the place, eating, fucking hungry, going in and out of hotels. You don't need a lanyard to be outside of a hotel, passing out materials about yourself, passing out like, hey, I need a manager. What's going on? Hey, I got a show. Hey, check me out. I'm from Connecticut and I'm just out here trying to hustle. No, I'm not a part of the festival, but I want to, boom. Like, you can hit everybody that's going in and out that bitch. They got on their lanyards. You see a yellow lanyard, that's industry. You ain't got to wonder like every other showcase where you're like, I wonder how many of them was execs. Like, not in Montreal, they got on a lanyard that says it. Is it yellow? That's who you need to be trying to get a hold of. You guys going to lunch? Hey, can I pick your brain? You can hustle again. It was there. It was ripe for the getting. So people that had, like Trenton had a great vantage point, like coming and opening the shows and performing on all the shows and then getting to see it and all that. Like, don't get it twisted. People remember who was with who. Remember who was with who was funny, who held it down, and then they note it. The same way local people do. The same way Tacoma, Seattle be like, no, he be working with Nate. They on the road being like, oh, he be working with Nate. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good caveat to have. Because they know I'm not having just some bullshit out there with me. If you with me, then you can at least goddamn hold it down. But we're putting out fucking phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. You know what I'm saying? And from one man that puts on 3 and 4 hats to do entertainment, you're handling putting on 2, 3 hats with grace phenomenally. You know what I'm saying? So they can see that kind of shit. All they gotta do is turn and look kind of close. Just kind of close. That's it. Also, did you look into how many people did you see with their team?
Not a lot.
No.
Not a lot.
Who did you see with their team?
I didn't see nobody.
Not agents, not just a manager, but a full team.
Yeah, especially, and I'm just gauging this from the top 10, variety top 10.
That's the rumor. If somebody had a team, they were going to have them.
Yeah, I didn't.
0. Nada. I didn't see a single other act in Montreal that brought their team and invested in the trip enough to be like, I don't give a fuck if I make a dime up this bitch. We're all going to see Montreal. We're all going to be all hands on deck. We're all going to be working. We're all going to have a presence. It comes together to all matters. It all matters in the grand scheme of things. Even if fucking Montreal doesn't exist after this year, all those people still do. All the relationships and anyone that saw you, all that, they still are there. They're still present. You know, on my show, at the main show, my main show at the theater, do you remember the crowd when you perform?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the table closest to the stage, far left? It was like a chubby white girl and a brother.
No, I don't remember that table, but I definitely remember this group that was to the
with
left.
the bad bitches to the right of them with the red dress.
Yeah,
titties
like
and all
chains. Yeah, like
that.
chains.
Yeah, the
and
dude with
stuff.
the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So I don't know them, but the girl and the guy that I was talking about first, the girl was a fan. She's like, I love your stuff. I want to come to this. I call my homeboy up. I'm like, do you want to go to this? He was like, yeah, I fuck with him. Let me go. That's Abba and Preach. Number 1 YouTube channel in all of Canada where they just like literally take things that happen and they stand next to each other in this room with all the shit and they just like literally talk shit and have fun. But they do so many topical things. Like they'll talk 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. I don't think there's a full show anywhere. I think they just are literally like, hey, let's talk about that. And they have fun and they argue back and forth and they have moments on camera, just them two standing next, just two friends. Number 1 YouTube channel. And I don't know where it ranks in the States, but they're number 1 in Canada for sure. He's like, yeah, this is where we're at. We're in Montreal. I thought you guys were in Toronto or in Vancouver. He's like, no, Montreal. We're holding this motherfucker down too. He's sitting right there like, I'm a fan. So at the end of the show, him and her came all the way back around back to theater to chop it up with us to be like, man, thanks for. And I even gave a shout out. I said, watch my Netflix special, and after you're done watching that, if you still got time to watch some, go check out Abba and Preach on YouTube.
I did hear that. I remember that.
Yeah, and he was like, ooh, because he didn't know I knew it was him. Feel me? Like because he had dreads and shaved them off. But nigga, your face is your face. So I said all of that. He came around the back and be like, nigga, wow. That was fantastic. Thank you for the love, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So you never know who's going to be in the room, especially at Montreal. At the after party, 2 execs from Fox came up. Just like, we were leaving. We just saw you get here. We came back before we left to say hello and speak and tell you that you were amazing tonight. I was like, thank you. I did 3 shows. Which show were you at? Talking about that last one just now? They're like, no, we were at Variety Top 10. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I went last at that. And 2 before me, the set wasn't popping. Like the girl ran easily 12 minutes over the light and was doing pedophile jokes that were all missing. So I was like, ooh, they played her off. The music came on. She didn't get to say thank you, good night. They were just like, and that's it. And the lady I was in the back waiting to go. She's hitting the light like this, like just doing her own. She's doing her head like this with the light. Oh my God, we have other comics in another show after this. What the hell, golly? Like that's how she's flicking the light. Then she gets on her headset and she's like, after this next, when she wraps up this joke, play her off. She didn't finish. She just finished that joke and was like, so then I went, she's like, oh, thank y'all, I gotta go. Runs off, comes to the side. She's like, how long was I over? She was like, you did like 24 minutes on a fucking 7 to 8 minute showcase. What are you doing? I have a show after this. There's talent after you. You know what I'm saying? That's not as conducive as just like going number 5, going number 6 in that sweet spot where it's like, whoa. Showcases like that, number 4 or 5, hottest fish grease. Then it cools off a little bit. You can heat back up around 8, 9. And then somebody has a chance to close out and it goes strong again. But it's like this. It just is. And going first fucking sucks. They call it biting the bullet for a reason. So
I was really surprised to see that comic you're talking about do that, go over her set, because I'm really like about the business part of it, and especially in a situation like that, like your time, like look, we got 10 comics, everybody's doing 7, and then that's just what it is. And so running the light, stuff like that, I'm just like in my head, like when because Fred, a local comic out here, me and him were going back about that with the show that we host. He's like, man, this is our show, we can go as long as we want. I'm like, nah, man, we should really work on. We had the show started at 7:30. We need to be wrapping this thing up by 9. Staff, the bar, like all those other individuals. Like
there's only one person that owns it and puts money into it and has to pay for things.
Yeah,
that can run the light because I know what it's worth for me to run the light.
Yeah,
Fred doing it is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I was just like, nah, this isn't. I get it, it's our show, but we
Fred,
can't just do whatever we want.
Don't fucking
man.
do that.
It's a time thing.
Fred, no.
The time. It's a show.
You ain't paying nobody.
Yeah.
If you were in charge and you were paying all the staff that's on the clock the way I am, that if the club can't pay for it, I do transfers into the account to float this whole motherfucker. Do what you got to do on stage. Do it. Right now, they were texting me to go to the club to go perform an open mic because some big ass group just showed up from Texas. They're like, yo, they're here. Their first round was like $80, and that's just their first round. They're about to really mad. Like, you want to come down and stretch and da-da-da-da-da? Like, first of all, I'm not free to see no more. Second, if I am going to be free to see, I'll be, it's not going to be on, it'll be on my own. Be like, fuck, I'm going to just go down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you caught me. Bet. Otherwise, go on the website like anybody else and you buy my ticket like a fucking headliner coming up. It's ridiculous. But if I was to go down there and stretch for said group, because they sent me a picture, it was packed, that would be my decision to be like, let me go longer so that we can make more money in this building. But if you don't have the fortitude to look around and be like, they ain't drinking no more, but I'm still going, like, you're only serving yourself. Mm-hmm. You're only serving yourself. Because now every server, let's say there's 6 of them, they're all going to be another half hour closing out. 6 of them, that's 3 more hours. You're not paying their wages. You're not paying, they didn't get no tip. You're not, then it has repercussions of attitude, of frustration, of burnout. Mm-hmm. They wanted to go home. They got a babysitter. They got to pay another fucking half hour. They got to pay more. Like, it's nuts. They got husbands to get home to that they're expecting them around 11, and your ass on stage for an extra 20 minutes means they don't get home till 11:30. They're at home getting cussed the fuck out because you want to do 20 minutes. That's irresponsible. At least if I run the time, I'm like, and you're going to be paid for it, I got you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if they go home to their person, they're like, babe, I was coming home on time, and then Nate popped in and did a set. I don't give a fuck whose husband is in. They know it's my business to be like, all right, oh nigga, Nate did this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They can even be like, man, fuck Nate. But at the end of the day, my name's on every check. Fred ain't paying. No, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. And that goes for any fucking headliner or any comic. Not just Fred, but he's the house comic. So he for sure has to set the example to be like, let's respect the time. And to be telling you, hey man, let's fucking fuck the rules up is ridiculous.
And I don't want to put this like I'm calling Fred out because it's all Fred. Comics.
Fuck that shit, Fred.
Because it's really, I'm speaking to, because that gets on my nerves when it's any comedian who's just like oblivious of like the business part of it. Like, nah, man, we're not just up here just doing whatever it is. Like, there's a structure to this thing. Like,
I don't know if that's a good thing that you do that. I don't know if that's because you're older, or if you've always just been that kid that understands the macro, and now you're an adult and you're like, I kind of get my place in this big picture.
It's that, and then also going on the road with you. It's going to all these different clubs. It's seeing like there's a time frame for everything, and then there's penalties and consequences when it goes over.
Right. And that if I decide to do it, it's handled differently than if anybody else decides to do it.
Correct.
Because it comes out of my expenses. If I be like, fuck it, I'm going to do 2 hours. Like I made that decision going, this going to cost me X amount of bucks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right when I finish, I'm already going to lose meet and greet option time. I'm going to lose merch option time because people are like, yo, I wanted to meet him, but shit, we got to go. Right. Like, I already know that, but I'm trying to give you more show. So that when you see my ticket go on sale again, it's like, that nigga be giving hella show. Hella show. And that, you know what? That shit is in the comments. Somebody without seeing me was like, man, all he does is sit down and talk shit. This shit ain't even funny. Somebody else goes, shut your dumb ass up. That nigga came to my city and he was on stage solid himself 2 hours. That whole motherfucking show was hilarious. Fuck what you talking about. You obviously haven't seen him. And then the next person was like, touche, I haven't. Maybe I got to step my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I found a lot, like, the haters that are in my comments, I don't have Delulu ones. I have ones that are ill-informed, then they get informed, then they bend. They're like, yeah, my bad, nigga, you got it.
Yeah, because if they actually watch you, like, if they watched your special and was just like, nah, still trash. Well, then now it's like, well, then you're in this hater category, which is fine. But at least we know where to place you. Like, you've been informed, you've been educated, and you still on that.
I get not being for everybody. I'm not saying I ain't but for everybody.
But I'm with you. But trash? That's what I mean. Like, the trash part.
That's
I can take like, he's a little too much, a little raunchy, whatever. But to say trash,
nah. This was a good promo, good episode, good getting comfortable back in the new situation or just feeling comfortable on camera alone again. It's been a minute, and so we're back. Thanks for listening to the show. Look forward to seeing some clips that'll be coming out of this. We'll find something clip-worthy and get it out to you. Y'all be blessed. Peace.